All right, welcome back to the Punjabi Pod. It's been a while. My guest today is Arvind Dhillon. Dhillon?
Arvind Singh Dhillon, yeah.
Arvind Singh Dhillon, yeah. From all the way from the UK.
Yeah.
What are you considered from coming from the UK?
Why did I consider coming here?
You're considered.
I'm like
you were there over a year.
I'm considered Canadian still.
You're Canadian still.
He's Canadian.
Yeah, he's just studying over there. And you all remember Sim, of course, my co-host. And,
yes. It's been a while. Nice to be back.
Were you blonde the last time we talked about this? No. So this is he was blonde the last time we talked. No. Let's go to that first.
New phase, guys. You have to always keep things fresh.
Yeah. So
you
why
guys don't have the balls to do it. So
I can't do
I'll
it.
do it.
I can change my patka color or my butt
You can do
color.
that beard.
My beard?
Yeah.
I'm waiting. It's starting to come in a little bit white. So I'm waiting it to just
Really?
go white. Yeah. I think
Anyways, I did it. It was just on a whim. Just like the first time I did it. And it's fun. And
midlife crisis is going on or what? Is it fun?
No, I'm not at midlife. 50 is midlife. You
guess.
Yeah, he's still young.
Yeah.
You're pretty young.
Still in the works.
Still in the works.
How's the UK?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. I felt like a little bit of cultural shock, but it's a mixture of Eastern and Western culture.
Yeah.
So is this good? Yeah. So it's a little bit of a mixture of Eastern and Western culture, which is I kind of like that. When we were back, remember when we were in Italy, and that graveyard that we had courtyard sort of.
Oh yeah.
There was
Europe's nice, man. Europe's just
they set up like these vegetarian what do they call it? Markets and stuff.
outside.
Yeah, and you can have like a juice and vegetables and stuff in the daytime, and then nighttime it sort of turns into clubbing.
Like a farmer's market?
Nice.
Yeah, similar, but only ours
restaurant,
closes here. Then nothing happens after that.
Oh,
It shuts down, and that whole space turns into something else for the evening time.
yeah.
So it's going all day long.
But it's nice. A lot more people use it. A lot more diverse than here, I guess.
Yeah. Well, overall in Europe, I've noticed it's just even just the farmers market. Like you get more fresh fruits, you get more fresh vegetables.
It's true,
right? And a lot of people over there kind of enjoy going to farmers markets and stuff, right?
Yeah,
because they want fresh products.
Yeah.
So where are you in the UK?
I'm in Yorkshire, so York, it's up north, close to Scotland.
You're going to uni there?
Sorry, yeah, I'm going to university there. So I was pursuing business pursue कर रहा सीगा University of Manitoba ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀਤਾ ਮੈਂ ਤੇ ਇੱਥੇ grow up ਕੀਤਾ ਮੈਂ, right?
Yeah.
And then I went almost a decade I haven't gone to school, and then I felt like I needed to go back. I wanted to do law. I wanted to go into litigation.
Oh yeah.
Right. So
you started it pretty late.
Yeah.
I guess.
Like a decade.
What made you? It's hard for people to go back to go to school.
It's hard to go back to school
after 1 year, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people that take that.
The older you get, and then you go back, and it's all like young people.
But it's nice that you've gone back to go pursue what you wanted to do. But how was that? How was that transition? Because he disappeared on me.
He didn't
you told me.
What are you talking about?
Because you told me.
He told me.
I'm in the UK. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No. How did you decide?
I think Simi, he knows that I've been telling him for years that I want to go back to school. I don't want to go to do law, go into that field.
Yeah.
It's quite closely linked to politics and stuff as well, and it's always been my interest. So I guess it was about taking the first step, and I just after my mom passed a couple of years ago, I just felt like I needed to make some sort of changes in my life. I wanted to move out of the city.
Yeah.
I always wanted to move out of Winnipeg.
So everybody says that.
Sure. And so
he actually did it.
I just I couldn't make it to another province here, so I just left the country.
Yeah. Why not, right? If you have the freedom to do it, or
Yeah,
time
and
to
I
do it,
mean,
right?
and the thing about doing lie in UK is you can use it in so many countries. So if I want to do it here in Canada, if I want to come back after I do my LLB, I can do articling here, and then I can write my bar. They have to do NCAs exams, and then I can practice in Canada. And if I wanted to do it in the UK, depending on if I want to be a solicitor or a barrister, then I can pursue that. And same thing in California or New York bar. I get to do some upgrading, and then I can practice there. So it gives you, it sort of opens a lot of doors and opportunities for you.
Yeah.
If you want to practice that field.
What university are you out in the university?
University of York.
University of
Yeah.
York. A lot of Punjabis.
Not a lot of Punjabis. It's actually up north. So साडी population काफी घट है उथे.
Oh yeah.
We should capitalize on that market.
Yeah, move out of South Hall from there.
should do-
That's where our
Yeah,
community's all in South Hall, eh?
Everybody.
It's all,
Like the whole
Birmingham
train
and stuff.
station is in Punjabi up there, like all the boards and everything.
Oh, yeah?
South
Yeah.
Hall. Oh yeah,
It's like little
South
India.
Hall is all Punjabi.
full on. Yeah, it's all Punjabi. We didn't go there when we were there, but yeah, it's all up there.
So coming from like obviously right now in the last few weeks here, I've been noticing a lot of like today's topic. I kind of wanted to focus around the racism that's been going on
Yeah,
against. It's kind of like almost a shift. It's been a shift from because the racism that like the blacks and like the Hispanic and like other communities are dealing with, even like the natives, the Red Indians, and like they've also dealt with this, Aboriginal people,
But they still do.
right? And they still do.
they still do.
But I kind of feel like maybe it's just an online shift where you see it more now,
Right.
or if I'm just the only one that's noticing it, because I'm noticing a dominant amount of racism towards not just Punjabis but just the brown people overall. Now you coming from the UK, and I know you're on holidays right now, so did you see some of the stuff that was going on in the UK with
The riots.
the riots? Yeah.
Yeah,
Were
that
you-
was recent. I think like I've been in Calgary for the last couple of months,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know exactly what happened. I think that some children got killed.
Yeah.
And then they thought it was an immigrant, or there was some sort of news out, and then a large group came out and started vandalizing and sort of where the hotel, I think, where the immigrants were staying. This was in the Midlands, I think.
Yeah.
But I'm up north, so I haven't seen too much of that. Like I said, there's not a huge, population for Indian people. I haven't seen too much, to tell you the truth.
But the message
I'm
boards
sure-
on some of those, like, I don't know, just some of the videos that you see online, like the message boards are just going crazy.
Well, I mean, it's embedded, right? Like even if you look at Winnipeg, we don't notice it the first thing.
Yeah.
Like we don't we grew up here,
Yeah.
and we probably have occasional incidents we can mention that racism has happened, but it's out there.
Growing up, but now it's like, right now it's pretty crazy out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Not
just
for us,
normal.
because I think we're born here
Yeah.
or grew up here, like, but from a very young age, whatever,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. But I think the new people that are like the students, the skip drivers, they're getting it good. Like, I don't think Sanubini, we don't even understand how they're like,
Dealing with it.
getting discriminated against, because it's definitely happening.
Yeah, and a lot of it is like, oh, the immigrants are coming and doing this. Like, obviously, all these immigration changes are coming into
Right.
effect soon, right? With the whole issue with the LMIAs, right? That
So
was
is that
getting
done now?
abused.
Is that LMIA system, like, they totally stopped it, or
I think
stopping
it's
it?
temporary, and the next government will come in. And
Is it like in different sectors? I think it's like the temp.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought initially, that they
Right?
had stopped it in certain departments and stuff. But they're still going on. Yeah.
But like something like that, it makes sense for them to actually like hound down on somebody, because it was getting abused to the next level.
well, yeah, it was,
Like, I don't want to mention a lot of the names in the city here, but a lot of even just take it as simple as the restaurant industry, right?
yeah.
They were taking advantage.
Well,
of
it was a way to
that.
get people out of India.
Yeah,
It was just a way to get your.
but it was
family
also
out of
way. It was also a way
and
to
to make money.
money,
And
because now
everybody's-
you're selling these LMIAs.
people were charging like 40, 50K for
Yeah.
an LMIA.
when it's supposed to be free.
They still are. If you have a legitimate business, people still are.
I watched a video. There was this guy. He basically with using AI technology,
right?
He made a whole website, and it's the data with all the applicants for LMIAs that are being, and like he puts it by the region, like from Toronto, Vancouver, and the amount of LMIAs that are just coming out of like one restaurant is like applicants, like to get approved for a certain amount. It's through the roof. With this. It's crazy. That's how they're building their businesses. Is using those.
I did my RCIC here as well. Like I'm also a registered consultant for immigration.
Okay, yeah.
I just never ended up practicing, but I'm part of this group of RCICs, and they have like on WhatsApp group, I think several hundred people on there. They're all RCIC members, and you see them exchanging LMIAs all the time.
Oh yeah.
Like I have 7 LMIAs available in Quebec.
They'll sell them, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they don't say. They're not going to come out and say that it's being sold. But they're saying that it's available. You can approach the person and then sort of hash out a deal. Yeah, it's happening. Yeah.
Well, so from those points, I understand why the government would like, not just the government, but other people would hound on the fact that like these policies are just being abused.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically abusing the power, right?
But I don't know. Like the workforce here is also like dying. There's nobody to work here apparently.
Yeah,
like the skip jobs and like the fast food jobs. Like there's a huge gap there. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, it's true.
It's true, right?
It's true.
Like the aging workforce here, they don't have that population here for those jobs.
Yeah.
Well, I think, but then on some message boards, it's like let's boycott. I mean, this is some really dumb messages. Like let's boycott Tim Hortons. Because Indian people are working at Tim's, you're going to boycott it because, like, and the other thing is that one thing somebody said was that they're paying lower wages to the Indians, like to like the Indian people. Yeah, I'm like, that's not true though, because those are franchise run businesses. They can't pay somebody $4. It's not like having a little private business on the side. You're paying somebody under the table.
Yeah.
You're paying people like you're paying them like on the books.
Yeah, they're on payroll.
They're on the payroll. So there's no like, oh, we're paying them $5 and we're saving $2 an hour. It's not like that.
I think where the consistency for the business comes in is like if they recruit somebody who is Indian or let's say who's an immigrant, that person has to go through a process to get a permanent status. Right. And so they're going to stay with you, that business.
They're not going to get up and leave.
They're not going to get up and leave.
It's true.
So that sustainability is there.
Yeah.
Well, the reliability. But like, again, I'm going to be straight black and white here. But the white people are saying that these Indians are taking over Tim Hortons and are getting paid less. Yeah. And that's why they're not going in.
But they're not getting paid less.
But it's just the white people not fucking applying for these jobs. That's all it is.
I think that the one that you were talking about, that video where that guy said that.
It was a comment. Yeah, it could be a video too.
And he said there was a comment under that one saying that
that's the pure guy, the conservative leader.
Yeah,
there was a video of him and the comments.
And the comments were underneath. Yeah. They're also talking about why they're like, oh, well, our kids can get these jobs first jobs.
Yeah,
right, when they're in high school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they can. They don't have. It's not like
it's true though.
Open to them.
It's the job is like the opening is still open to them. They're still allowed to go.
Let me tell you something. The kids that are growing up right now, and I'm just putting this out there. The kids that are growing up now in the school system that don't have the pressures to go get a job as we did growing up.
Yeah.
They don't have the pressures even close to these Indian kids coming on student visas or work permits to work. They don't have those pressures. So when we were growing up, who did you see in the fast food places? You saw Canadians, Canadians meaning white people in the fast food places, in the Robin's Donuts growing up. That's who you saw.
Yeah.
Because the culture back then and the parents back then were like, go get a job. Go get a job. We didn't have phones. We didn't have this whole world where we were just like blasted with like, or the kids were blasted with this like different like vision of what life is supposed to be. We wanted to go work and start to make money. We were like, let's go get a job. I was working at 16.
Yeah.
We go get a job at a call center, but we wanted to work and get paid to go buy something.
Yeah.
It's not the same anymore. So that's why the Indian people have taken all these jobs, because the kids coming up right now, they don't want to work.
No.
They don't want to go to McDonald's at 5 a.m. and start flipping burgers.
Yeah.
No way.
They don't.
So then the jobs are being taken by the people that have, and they have a huge need. They're like, I gotta send money back home.
Yeah.
I came here for that. I'll take any job. McDonald's, Tim's, Starbucks. They're taking them because they're there.
They're there.
Right?
Yeah. And
it could be Smitty's. It could be any of these fast food places. I mean, you go to any A&W. I went to A&W last week, Wendy's a couple weeks ago. I haven't encountered one not Indian person. They're all Indian. Like proper. Like the whole kitchen staff was, the delivery driver that dropped off my mattress was like, it's the Amazon guys all the Amazon guys. Whenever you see an Amazon truck, it's Aparna Sardar in there.
Yeah.
Right? It's the skip guys. Like it's in a lot of these businesses now, a lot of these industries, they're all been taken over by Aparna, and mostly Punjabis.
And it comes down to people actually wanting to do those jobs.
Yeah.
Like
if you had a kid, like right now, if you had a kid growing up in 15 years, do you think your kid do you think you would tell your kid to go jaake? I mean, you might, because you grew up a different generation.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go with chalo jaake utte Tim se kaam kar jaake.
Yeah.
Like just think about that. Like I know, like even like for me, that's a hard thing to be like, yeah, I go, but I might be like, go earn your wage.
Yeah.
Like learn how to work. But that's not how kids are growing up right now.
No.
It's not even close.
No. I feel like the people now, or the kids now, they feel like they're owed something.
Yes.
Without doing anything.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to work these minimum paying jobs, even though it could lead to something else.
But it doesn't even pay. It doesn't even pay you that. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
If you go work 40 hours at like a Tim's, what's your paycheck? Like, what's minimum wage for that? 15.75
something. Yeah. 15.75.
Yeah. And then you go, like, the cost of living is crazy.
Yeah.
So what motivation do you have to go get a job where you're busting your butt for 40 hours a week?
Yeah.
I mean, as Punjabi, it doesn't bother me. Like, I see them and I'm just like, okay, like, they're just doing life too, just like we are.
Yeah.
I was lucky to be born here. You were lucky that you came over here.
Yeah.
And you guys were lucky that you guys came. I mean, it's just chance.
Yeah.
There's nothing to it. I could easily be in India. You guys could definitely be in India. Easily. So then we would be the ones trying to get out, because over there is even worse. Right? So then you come over here, or you go somewhere else to get a better life. But everybody's chasing a better life.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So I don't know where the frustration comes from. They're taking all of our jobs. And if people that are commenting aren't even the ones like that would go work in these places.
Yeah, they would.
Why are you getting frustrated?
They're just sitting.
They're like sitting at home like, oh, like they're taking all of our jobs. Like, well, what do you do? I'm an engineer. Or like, what do you do? I work for like Costco. Like, you have a job.
Yeah.
They're not taking your job, are they? So chill. Like, what are you worried about?
Yeah.
You're worried about some huge corporation that's like, it's in the billions and billions of dollars in yearly profits, hiring people of a certain race.
But I see a mixture. It's not like you just see a lot more Indians or other like immigrants. But if you walk into a Tim Hortons, you do see white people too.
Yeah, sure. Right? But I mean, I don't care if there's white or if it could be all white people in there.
So I guess like their problem is like there should be no brown people.
Yeah, I think they're just the color alone scares
I think
them.
the frustration goes further. I think it's the fact that like they're not used to it.
I think they're because the immigrants bring in cultural.
There's cultural changes, and then you see like the skip drivers might be driving a little bit crazy, or they'll park somewhere that they're not supposed to. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're kind of like, they come over here and they get these jobs, right? Especially, let's talk about specifically like the food delivery jobs or the Uber jobs. Mm-hmm. Now they're driving how they would back home. They got their license here and they passed that useless test, which anybody, and their dog could pass. But then after that, once they're in their job and doing their thing, they're just kind of like cowboys. They're just anywhere. They'll park in a handicap spot.
Yeah.
I mean, I argued with a guy one time and he was up and I'm like, you can't park there. Like, you have to follow the laws as they're out there too, right? But he's like, dude, man, I'm just gonna go in and out.
Yeah.
And I was like, fine, there's like 4 spots there. You're taking one. It's not like somebody's not going to get a spot unless 5, handicap people drive up right now, which is not going to happen. So I didn't make a big deal about it.
Yeah.
But there was a white lady there that made a huge deal about it. And then I ended up having to back up the guy that I was just telling to move because she was going, she was 0 to 100.
Oh, yeah.
You got to move your car. You can't do that. Like full on. And I was like, it's just, he's literally going to be in and out. And he knows, we already told him that.
Right.
You don't need to be screaming. He was like screaming at him. And he's like, he was like literally like, Inu ki ho gaya? And I was like, I just go and get your thing and leave before she kills you.
It's just a thought process.
Do you think that nowadays, I feel like people are looking for a reaction
100%.
so that they can capture the moment and then put it up online
and
right
interact
and then try to get something like the whole shitting on the beach part, bro.
Where is that again?
In Wasaga Beach. You know how this girl, she wasn't even a witness of this. She heard it from a friend that these Indians are shitting on the beach, right?
Well,
then it went all viral and stuff, and people are like.
So
And
there's
then the
not even a
Wasaga Beach.
recording, but it's just of her saying it.
Yeah, just from this one white chick randomly saying it. Maybe she had a bad breakup with a brown guy. I don't know. Brown guys screw over girls all the time, right? So it's like probably a normal thing.
Now that's a very
topic.
big assumption to make.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got to cut that out.
No, I'll leave it in.
That sounds quite prejudiced to me.
That's true.
That's how I do it. It's true. No, but that whole thing, just the other day, yesterday I was driving and a white guy randomly gets off of the bus stop. He's at the bus bench. He's sitting and he's a homeless guy.
Yeah.
Right? But he's wearing like proper clothes, goes behind the bench, takes a piss on Main Street.
Well, yeah, that's what happens on Main Street. Yeah.
It's in the middle of the city. How are you just taking a piss out in the open?
Yeah.
Right? But I'm not gonna go put up a YouTube video about it and be like, "Oh, these white people are fucking pissing everywhere."
Yeah, they like calling out they like calling out the Indians.
Yeah,
Let's just be honest about it.
Well, I just saw a video of like Vancouver. They were showing a street. These people are like passing out.
Well, that's downtown Vancouver.
They're zombied out.
Yeah, that's downtown Vancouver.
That's downtown Vancouver.
And there's literally like hundreds of them.
They're like zombies.
That's downtown Vancouver.
It's bad there right now, man. Plus, they have like safe injections sites now, which is even making it worse.
But they're like,
you can have a certain amount of like
cocaine
and stuff on you.
Yeah,
and
they're legalizing. They're legalizing a lot of the psychedelics are getting legalized there.
Yeah.
So like now you can be on mushrooms and be cool with
walking around with
it. So.
Really?
Vancouver is really advanced now.
Yeah, Vancouver is really taking a step forward.
Okay, bringing it back because what's his called? Jagmeet Singh's brother, Gurratan Singh.
Yeah.
So he's in Winnipeg, and he just posted a video this morning. There's a sign that he saw, which is weird, crazy because I haven't seen.
I've never seen
here
a
in
sign
Winnipeg.
like that.
Yeah, here in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
He's in downtown and he's walking around, and he sees a sign that says 6 go home.
Mm.
Okay. Again, we don't know who wrote this. Could be anybody. Okay, but from the means of it, it kind of sounds like the right wing is just really heavy because from his message in the video, he's talking about the right wing and the conservative, like the political power of this, the hatred that's going on throughout online, which is where we all see it, is from online. Sikhs get identified in a different, like completely different category, right? Whether it's any other Indian person, no matter what, Sikhs will get recognized because of the turban. We still stand out from the normal Indian, right? And so the hatred is now going towards the Sikhs, and that sign clearly said "Sikhs go home." Yeah. But it really what it's for is for the immigrants to go home, right? That's what they're talking about.
Yeah, they're not gonna say Sikhs you go home and Hindus you stay.
Yeah.
They're talking about all immigrants.
So I'm gonna read you the first comment that comes on there, just because in any political comment, TikTok, all those, you're gonna see these things. But the first comment, and here's the other one that I want to talk about. So, come here all you want. So quotation, come here all you want. Just respect our values. This is Canada and you're trying to turn it into Little India. So my question is, I'm a Canadian. I served with the Canadian Army, right?
Yeah.
So I always just thought I was a Canadian that was following the values of Canada.
Yeah.
But what do you, in your guys' words, what do you guys think the values? Because this person is saying that Indian, like we don't know or what the values are.
Right. So what are
what are the Canadians' values?
What are the values here?
What are the values?
Well, the core values.
Uphold law and order. Is that a value?
Place, I think.
Huh?
That's everywhere.
Not India.
Well, what's the
Like every sovereign state wants to have that.
And what are the Canadian values?
like? How do you like?
Love thy neighbor.
Yeah,
That's not happening.
it doesn't seem like it's happening.
Hates their neighbor right now.
But do you guys find that like this? And obviously the comment is by a white person. And
What's the name?
let's see the name.
We want to call this person out.
Well, TikTok is just like random, but
Well, it's probably from Winnipeg.
Andy K 1960. So like it's just a random comment.
Right.
But I'm just wondering because this is where I see it.
I don't know what.
Stop changing our Canada. Stop changing our Canada. What is our Canada? Because I thought Canada was built on immigration, and I thought Canada was built by immigrants.
Yeah.
Is that not it?
It's true.
It is.
Right.
It's the thinking has changed though. It's just changed.
Yeah, but
I don't think we've ever seen an influx of immigrants like this in a very long time.
No, we haven't.
I have never seen it.
Yeah.
Like us growing up, we were like the only upper in the South. You guys and us, I think it was probably literally like
There's like
10
30 to 40
Yeah,
families, right?
sure.
In the South.
So like, and then up until when did this like immigration stuff start? Like 7 years ago, eight
more,
years ago,
like 15 years ago.
15 years now. Like it's crazy, right? But
Yeah.
it's really picked up steam
Picked
in
up
a
the last
certain
10
like
years, 7 years, yeah.
I've never seen it, and now you see it like, I mean, everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
and they're sare apne. So I'm Punjabi, so like to me sometimes it can be also not like annoying, but they're just everywhere. So I guess for like the Gora person living in like Winnipeg, they're probably like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
They're just in a cultural shock.
It's culture shock. Like if I go to like I don't like going to Surrey. I don't like going there
because it's all in.
because sare apne hai.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. I don't like going there. It's a reason why I don't like to maybe go to a lot of like apne functions here where there's like just tunning like the Nagar Kirtan. I don't go to that.
They overdo it.
Every year. And he doesn't, he used to go to it. This year I didn't go to it because I think it's just a bunch of nonsense. I don't like the whole meaning behind it. Oh, it used to be different, like back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know the meaning of Nagar Kirtan, but by in no means in our Guru Granth Sahib would say go in downtown and create a whole spectacle on semi-trucks and Hummers and Range Rovers and Mercedes.
Yeah.
That's not part of Sikhi,
Yeah.
and nobody knows what we're doing there. So from the outsider's eye, it's like, oh, they're having like a dance festival or like a big open food market.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we have like bibiyan that are just dressed to the nines, like they're walking into like the White House, and they're just like, you should see these people walk. Because we were actually we were in Osborne looking at a car while the people were walking, some were leaving over the Osborne Bridge, and they're just dressed up so like, and they're just like walking to this thing. But I'm like, just if you polled like 50 people what the real meaning of the Nagar Kirtan, people wouldn't even know, or they just have a very vague explanation. It's mostly to socialize.
Yeah.
And
Gives them a
most people
place
can't
to go
even
to.
matha take there. To see Gurdwara de aas-paas karo, pipeline cha karo.
Yeah.
You could do it on the street there, but they won't do it on the street. And you know why? Because there's nobody there. There's nobody there to close the streets down. They like going to the city and being like, we need half a day here. We want to close down York Boulevard and Broadway. That's a thing. And I told my cousin this. I was like, why did you guys do it? And he immigrated here like what, 10 years ago? He's like, because inna nu pata hunda hai. Inna nu pata hunda hai. I was like, so inna nu meaning gore the pata hunda hai ki aisi hai gaye hain. Ki pata hai inna nu. But that's all he said. Look at the sentence. But look at where his head's
That's
at.
his
That's
head,
his
though.
thought.
Like,
But he's on the committee though. He's one of
on
the people
what committee?
on the Nagar Kirtan committee.
Are you talking about Ranjit?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's like he just does seva on one of the organizations. He's not part of the organization that organizes.
Sure, but I can't stand it.
Sure.
Like it was bothering me just watching people walk there. Like I don't like going to those things.
Yeah.
And people are like matha taking like on like it's like the Guru Granth Sahib's in a truck and they're parading it around Winnipeg. Like, and then there's like BBI in front of the truck that are like cleaning the street. Like just think about it for a second. Does that make any sense? Like think about it. They're cleaning the street with like chadu pocha, like chadu and like it's like what is that?
Well, that's supposed
like,
to represent like they're cleaning because the Guru Sahib Ji is coming. So that's why.
The God.
So that's
let's look at the don't just say it. Look at it logically and rationally. Like think about it for a second.
There's multiple facet things here. Like okay, so firstly, you have concern with where it's being held, right?
Sure.
Okay, that's one. That's you can look at that aspect and you can like sort of clarify. Like you can fix that. For instance, next year they're going to hold it outside the city now.
Apparently.
So that could resolve those concerns.
And let's see who goes to it then. It'd be a very interesting sociological experiment actually when they do it at Red River X and see what the kinne loki jande hai inni dur.
Wait, is that what they're talking about?
Yeah, they're going to change it up.
No. Because what they fit sirf apne hain. There's no blocking things down. There's no downtown vibe. There's no, all that ronak. Let's just see. I don't know what's going to happen, but let's just see. I'd like to know the turnout this year and the turnout when they take it completely outside the city and do it somewhere like at the Assiniboine Downs. Let's just see.
Yeah, they're gonna only do the horse track.
Oh,
apparently, which is not
that might
far,
make more sense.
It's not long,
but it probably will be filled.
I still don't understand the purpose of it. Like I just don't get it.
Nobody will be able.
But here's the thing: like पहले पिंडा च कर देते सी है ना, पिंडा च कर देते सी कि नहीं?
Yeah.
पुराने ज़माने च my dad said कि नगर कीर्तन होंदे सी पिंडा च. You should take it around the pind and that's it. We're not in the pind. So when you're talking about values and like following a certain way of like rule of law. Now, if you go to like, I don't know, UAE, I don't know if they're doing Nagar Kirtan there. I don't know. That's a good question though. It's a good thing to find out.
Yeah, because
we have too much free reign and I haven't seen, now we're from India, so Hinduism's there, Islam is there. I haven't seen that downtown. They also have their books and their religion. Have you seen it? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen a big parade with all food stalls, 19 to 20 different food vendors.
My issue is the food vendors. My issue with the whole
that's the thing. So if you never get to because what do you need food for?
Everybody that goes like from our community, I feel like everybody just goes there for the food.
And it's because that's part of the socializing though.
And it's all socializing. It's all the restaurants. And they're I don't know if it's just free promotion for them, which is probably what they're doing, is getting free promotion.
100%.
But it's kind of weird because like everybody's like,
no, not all of them are free.
No, they're all free.
All of them are free?
Yeah, at the Nagar Kirtan,
because it's all seva.
It's supposed to be seva,
right?
That's
nice.
And it's nice of the restaurants to come and do it, but like now you have multiple restaurants that are, and then everybody, man, like I heard one auntie's like, oh, pap chapati like haddi or something like that.
Yeah, of course.
You were there.
I was driving through, so I
were driving through, so you can't even drive close.
Driving to that through my ass.
No. I was stuck in traffic because I was driving a Buddha guy.
It's okay. I don't hate you because you win.
Perfectly fine.
A lot of people win.
No,
it's not a big deal.
I haven't gone since 2016. That was the last one I went to.
I just don't like to be around that many apne. Sorry, it's just cringe for me. Part of it, and that whole system, what they're doing downtown at that time with the, as you said, socializing. It's a big social thing. That's not what the actual meaning behind the Nagar Kirtan is.
Yeah, same they thing. Do allow it in UAE. It is done.
Nagar Kirtan?
Again,
it's part of their culture, man. It's part of our culture. What am I saying? But
it's religion. Hold on. Is it religion?
And you can
Is it religion or is it culture? Pick one.
It's both.
Sikhi to thodi aakya si danne. It's not a Sikhi thing.
You said that it used to be held in small villages. It's summer, right?
but even then, do you actually think it's normal to be holding those types of things in the middle of a city?
Well, no, I said not in the middle of the city. That's why.
Even if you go, there was a Nagar Kirtan in Italy in some rural town. It's just like, why? Why do we feel the need? Why do we feel the need to do that? I don't understand. And I'm very Punjabi. I don't understand the need to do that?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't understand.
Maybe we should ask Dad what Nagar Kirtan is all about. Because
even your dad, I'd be surprised if your dad was actually like, "Nahi, theek hai putt, utte karna chahiye." I don't think your dad would be. Huh? To do it downtown here?
No, I don't think the downtown parts make sense because again, you don't.
If you look at like the Sikhi itihas, I'd be very surprised if. So, what do they say about the Nagar Kirtan?
I don't remember which guru, but a guru started it, and it was just like it wasn't like to show off or anything. It was just to take Guru Granth Sahib Ji to do. It was just like how Hindus do like they spray the like the dua like good wishes.
Right.
Like that. Just to go around the bend like to spread good.
And
supposed to be the good teachings.
But what are we? But what are we spreading here?
Yeah.
We're just spreading chaos. It's just chaos.
It's become very
Yeah.
very
It's changed. Obviously, we've taken it, brought it here, and totally glorified it into this other situation.
Well, the big thing right now with this Nagar Kirtan that happened, a lot of again online. It just everybody the right wing is completely just tainted. They're like, what is this? What's going on here? Are they attacking? Like, are they just taking over Canada? Well, what is it like? All this crap that's going on online.
Nagar Kirtan used to happen for many, many, many years. I never heard anything about the Nagar Kirtan.
Yeah, never.
Only reason we're hearing about it now.
This year.
Only reason we're hearing about it now is because there's additional fire with all the immigrants. Now you're hearing about it because they're like, oh my God, they're taking all their jobs and now they have this thing and maybe they haven't seen it before. But if there was not this huge immigration influx and they just had Nagar Kirtan, nobody would be saying anything.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's a fact that there's too many of us here right now. And on top of that, you have Nagar Kirtan now, which has always been there since we were like growing up. It's always been there.
Yeah, it's always
Every year Nagar Kirtan. You just know. You just go, you do your thing and you come home. But now because of all the jobs being taken, then now it's another issue to like complain about.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know. I think maybe, if you guys have opinions on this, obviously comment down below and let us know.
Yeah.
Because it can be a touchy subject too. So maybe we can get some more information on it and then we can go from there.
Yeah.
Now, I want to take it back to Tim Hortons because I had a Tim Hortons story that
What
I got to
about
tell you
Tim's?
guys. Okay? I've been going to this Tim Hortons when I was in high school. And in that time, when I went to the Tim Hortons, I would, in the morning, get my coffee. I would get like a good morning, from the person at the cashier.
Did you tell me this story?
No, this is a different. I don't know
stop
why it
going to Tim
happens.
Hortons all the time.
I just gotta stop going to
supporting all Indians.
So Tim's is not owned by Canada anymore. It's owned by an American.
No, it's
company.
owned by Burger King, isn't it?
It's owned by an American company.
Yeah.
Right. Their coffee is shit now because they changed suppliers. McDonald's bought their supplier, so McDonald's coffee is actually better.
McDonald's coffee has been better for a long time now.
Very long time. Yeah.
Anyways,
a while ago.
they bought it quite some time ago.
So I walk into this Tim Hortons, and I've been going to this since I was a kid. First thing I smell is deodorant, like BO to the fucking max. As soon as you walk in, and I'll tell you after we start filming, I'll tell you which one. I want you to just go in there.
Which one? Oh, sorry. No.
I'll tell you after which one.
That was a reaction.
Because
What did that?
no, that's
I'm a very curious person.
Leave which one it is.
because
Okay.
you walk in there, man. Okay. Now, obviously, there's brown people sitting there. There's students working and everything.
Yeah.
There's nobody in line. I go up to the front of the cashier, and the cashier is Indian, right?
Yeah.
Now, usually, what I've noticed is like the cashier, if there's a white person going
Yeah.
up, they'll be like, "Hey, how are you? Can I get you something? Whatever." Right?
Yeah.
I go up, no, nothing. Like, no, hey, how are you? Nothing. No comment.
Yeah.
Right? And she's just standing there, and I'm like, "Hey, can I just get a black coffee?"
Yeah.
Right? No, nothing. No communication. I don't know what it is. I don't know what she just didn't like my face. Just didn't want to talk. Right? But I heard her talk to somebody just a few seconds ago, so I know she talks. She's like $2 and something cents, right? So I tap my phone. She just literally puts the coffee, and I did that whole transaction without a word from her. And I don't know if I just pissed her off in the wrong way, or if she's just like. And here's the thing,
Maybe she's just having a bad day.
maybe, but like
She'll also hate.
But yeah,
why put it on
customer service
Why put it on?
requires-
The
Yeah.
whole point is
That's
customer
true.
service.
Yes, and
But I've noticed it so many times where if the other person, if they speak to Punjabi with me or whatever, I'll speak Punjabi back.
Yeah.
Otherwise, my normal
But
conversation.
Punjabi duje Punjabi no say tara, like they don't give them
Why?
like good service. I don't know.
I have a
Especially in
story
those-
like that. Like I had, remember when we had that contract
Yeah.
for construction?
Yeah.
So I had an employee who went to so they were getting a letter from me, employment letter, to apply for some sort of mortgage.
All
or
right.
something,
Yeah.
like a loan or something. Remember that?
Yes.
And
Oh,
this
this
is
is
in
good
Winnipeg
story.
too.
Good
So
story.
RBC, and so she goes and takes it. And at that time, you didn't need to have like a letterhead to do the employment letter or like the stamp. But then they were changing that. They were actually incorporating that. And so she tells her. So she goes to for her mortgage, and the girl gets told, the employee gets told by an Indian, okay, apni done apniya, that nahi edite ne heniga, like a letterhead niga. So you need to put it on. Ask him to put it on a letterhead. So she tells me, and I put it on a letterhead. And she was going through something. She was very sick, like
Right.
kuch siga bechari that, like she was, not even working full days. I remember. And so I was like, okay, I made up a paperhead. How long does that take? And then I sent it to her again. And this lady, she goes for the second time to RBC and gets denied again. She's like, nahi, to see that the corporation seal nahi hai. And then so she calls me again, corporation seal. And I used to have a corporation seal, but I just misplaced it. But I
Right.
usually just sign it. And so I called, I emailed her. I took her because she had her card, and I emailed her. I'm like, hey, look, my business account is with RBC. You can just verify me, and you can call me if you have any questions. But she is employed here, and this and that, right? And I just don't have a corporate seal. I've ordered it. It's never been required before, right? And so then nothing, no response. No
Right.
reply to the email.
Yeah.
And then so a week later I receive it, and then the girl's still looking for the employment letter. So I get it, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna see you there. So I see her at the RBC. I'm like, just make an appointment. I'll see you there. So the girl who works for the RBC, the advisor, and this girl that is employed by me, and then there's two other ladies that are like managing the bank. So they're all like standing in the lobby and they're talking. And so I go and I'm like, I give her the letter, and I'll ask her the financial officer. I'm like, what's the most important thing on the letter? She's just like, nothing, mom. And I'm like, the most important thing is my signature,
Yeah.
and there's contact information,
Right.
right? It's not the paperhead which anybody can make.
Yeah. You can do it on Word,
Within
Yeah.
and then
PDF filler.
and it's not the corporate seal, because you don't even need a corporation
No.
documents to order a
you
corporate
just
seal.
you can order a seal.
You
for
can order
any-
my corporation seal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They don't ask for anything.
They don't ask for anything.
You can get it made here downtown. There's one company that actually does it.
Yeah. And
Just
but
go
when
pick
you
it up.
what you do need corporation documents is when you go to a bank to register an account,
Yeah.
you need corporate documents.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they have that. I have an account with RBC.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I emailed you and you didn't respond, and then this and that. And then I just turned around to the Indian girl, and I'm like, agli baar apne to na jaya karo. Because apne hi lattan khich dene kai baar.
Yeah.
Up near the worst at that.
Right?
Lattan
Like she
khich
could have
dene.
let it slide. She could have contacted me. She could have replied to that email.
They don't go the extra mile, man. They're just
No.
like they yeah. But that's big in our culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I'm not like that. I'm usually the opposite. I usually want to help somebody that's
I like that about Jewish community. Like our community helps a lot too. Like study
Yeah.
community bahut daan kar diya, seva kar diya.
yeah.
But when like helping each other, I don't know why we
Yeah.
pull legs.
I feel like it's because when they do it for other communities, they feel like
That's
they're
the corn there.
yeah, like they
It's a
can
big
show
thing though
off,
in
bro.
Punjabi is the show.
It's the like the
It's
show.
a big show.
That's
Yeah.
all it is like
Car, gaddi,
yeah,
trips. That's all part to show financial, wealth, and we're doing good, and
Yeah.
we made it, and blah blah blah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
and again, there was a video not too long ago where this guy in Calgary, he went and renovated this person's house.
Yeah.
They hired him to work on it. He's a student, right? He went, renovated some things around the house.
Yeah.
Then the house owner, who's Punjabi, didn't pay because they're like, oh, tu sahi nahi kita, this, you didn't do this right, you didn't do this right.
Right.
So we're gonna dock this. they ended up docking like 80% of what they had offered him at the beginning of the job, at the end of the job, right? And just completely screwed him over. They wouldn't do that with a white guy that would have just come and fixed everything. That white guy would have printed him an invoice and be like, pay this, otherwise I take you to court, right? Yeah. And now the poor like brown guy is just like getting screwed over. Yeah. But there are people that take advantage of our own in that sense. Yeah. And it's horrible, right? Because like even that guy is, you know, working hard, right? Especially in construction, man. Like you guys know, it's not an easy job to do.
In that case, उन्होंने पता होता कि मजबूरियां ना दियां like you know मजबूरी कर रहा है,
take advantage,
कुछ नहीं करना,
take advantage. So and it's funny because like we take a voice for the immigrants, the students, right? Like I'll stand up for them, right? But then sometimes that backfires on you too, because those guys are like trying to find a jugaad to like oh, let's find a quick way.
Yeah, I've had it 3-4 times where I've had to like stick up for like, well, 3 times for like a skip driver. Yeah, that it's happened in front of me where they've been getting like screamed at for doing something or just like horribly treated, and I'm just like, you're going like you're 0 to 100. It's not. You don't need to be screaming like that.
No,
but yeah. And I think it's just going to continue to get worse. I mean, because it's not going to stop, I don't think.
Or like we could just all be more accepting. It could fix itself. I mean, aren't we all immigrants?
Yeah, we are.
Look, like no matter, I don't think like no matter how much these people, again, but no matter how much the right goes and the white people go complain about the immigrants, it's not going to stop, right? All we can do is do our part and just making sure that we're not taking advantage of the system. Yeah.
But Punjabis also come here and they don't also follow. I don't feel that they actually follow the like to the T.
No, nobody
like the
does.
Laws and stuff. Yeah, but I think we go a little bit too much.
We take advantage. We definitely take advantage.
We just again, we just act like we're very like I don't know, like we show like we're almost like throwing it in the faces like we're like it could be like the dancing downtown in Toronto every Friday. There's just 100 people outside. That like not that type of thing. You know, you go into like some other country and start doing that. It would be like you'd have police there.
Yeah,
and here police can't do anything because are they creating a disturbance? Yeah, and it just pisses people off because they're not used to it. And then again, our rules here are very liberal. It's like, okay, you can do anything that you want. And then you have like that Toronto stuff happening and people are like, look at the comments on those dance videos. Like it's even worse. Right? Mm-hmm. So
no, we've talked about that one in the previous ones, but I don't know. I think that a lot of this just keeps going forward and it's always going to be there. I think the racism is always going to be there. It's just how much of it can you deal with, you know?
Here's profile.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so any final remarks?
No. Let's see if we get any comments and feedback. That'd be great. Yeah. And then we can do another one afterwards. You won't be here because you'll be in
the UK,
the United Kingdom of
if anybody in the UK
whites.
Sees this, find my Arvind boy here. And,
he lives in Yorkshire.
I'm in Yorkshire, York.
Not downtown London, like I'm telling everybody.
Yeah. It's not far actually. They have the train system. Really.
So you do live downtown?
Nicely done. It takes about 2 hours to take a train directly.
Do you plan on practicing in the UK or do you plan on practicing?
I don't know.
He loves being here way too much. He loves being at the Muscle Ranch and he loves staying.
I wouldn't live in Winnipeg.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, maybe Calgary, maybe BC side.
Hey, we don't like to be hating on Winnipeg. Get off our podcast. I'll tolerate racism. I'll tolerate racism. I will not tolerate Winnipeg. Putting down Winnipeg.
Fair enough.
Anyways, so the whole conversation today was about just general racism towards Indians, and that's always going to be there. So just
that's always going to be
there. We were being racist towards Indians.
For the record, I am not racist. For the record, I am not racist. Can you talk?
I don't know. So here's the thing. I haven't had it happen to me where like somebody just like tells me off because I could just be like, fuck you, because like I've served this country. I've done my part.
Yeah.
Have you done it? What?
Oh, how's it now? Okay.
You were just talking about how you're not racist.
I'm just talking about how I'm not racist. I don't know. I think like, so I've dealt with racism myself, but like, because I get flipped off all the time now.
But,
That's not racist.
but is it because of your skin or is
Yeah,
it
it's
because
because you're a
something
dick.
fucked up?
I didn't do anything
cut
to fuck that
somebody
up.
off.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you
I
drive like
didn't.
a maniac.
That's the thing. Like, on the
see
road,
you.
and it's usually like an old white guy just flipping me off for no reason. Anyways,
I
I
think
just let
there's
it pass.
underlying
It is what
like,
it
hate
is.
there. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Maybe
let's see
you're
if we
the one
get.
who's being a racist.
Yeah, we'll do another podcast about how he's racist. Okay,
not.
we're good.
Okay.
So next episode is next week.
Next week, yeah. So the next episode, we'll see you guys then. Make sure you guys comment, tell us your concerns if you have anything you hated this or whatever. I don't care. Just let us know. You know,
don't care.
hit the subscribe button and share, and we'll see you guys next week. Anything?
No, nothing. That's it.
Well,
Thanks,
thanks a lot.
Arvind. Yeah, thanks, Arvind, for coming on
Thanks
this.
a lot for having
Yeah,
me.
thanks.
on,
Thanks to our.
Punjabi pod.
Yes.
There's no
And,
fee.
Just sat in the
lots
middle
of
here.
success for you
There's
guys
no
in the
fee
future.
for being on the thing. You don't get paid anything.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you want to come on the
Next
podcast,
Yeah. If you want to come on the podcast,
shoot us a message. Come, we'll shoot the shit, and we'll have some fun.
yeah. Let's
Cool.
do it. Done.
All right, peace.
Thank you.